And for this project, I didn't want to change the story too much, but I wanted to add elements of like problem solving. So in my story, I made it into a polluted kind of world where these people are trying to figure out like solution to climate change because the world has lots of polluted and there's lack of resources. So I designed like Emma to be like steam powered, and the model land that they live in is like all destroyed. So they have to like build up, and Emma is kind of like on rails, like a railroad system. And for this project, it was really interesting for me because like it was actually really difficult to like come up with all this stuff, and it was like felt very overwhelming at points. And I really must say that I learned so much because it forced me to like, oh, I gotta do this, and I gotta do this, and like, oh, I don't have this. And I really learned a lot from my classmates because it was really helpful to like, you know, it felt really inspiring to like be around people who can like give so much good insight, and you know, because they're working on the same project. It's like they really care about what you're working on. So that was cool. And basically, I worked a lot on the characters. I really try to like come up with many solutions, costume designs, and I decided on each one. And then for Emma, I worked on like wheel solutions, how it grabs onto the rails. For Model and how the buildings are organized, how the tracks are laid out. For Starland, like volcano, but like the volcano itself is fertile, so there's like a lava boat, but around the city itself there's a forest where the dragons cultivate wood. And then I did every character because I felt like each character in the story was actually really unique and like crazy. Like if you as a group, this cast is so like strange, but at the same time they're somehow fitting. So I really like fell in love with each character, worked out each one, like try to figure out their backstory and why they would end up like that and what they're doing in this world. And that's basically it.
Alright, thank you. So have you done, generally speaking, much environmental set design?
No.
Because here's what it looks like to me. First of all, I gotta thank you for doing all the characters. You definitely have a really nice chunk of wall with like, look, I can work if need be. The one thing though that it communicates with fresh eyes, like, okay, here's someone who can do characters that might be afraid to do anything else. And whether or not that's true, again, doesn't matter, but make sure that in future terms you're balancing work with enough environments, props, and so forth to it, because once you have a few characters, it's almost not worth it doing all the other ones because it's the same. The pages are the same, you have same amount of reference images, same amount of small doodles, same amount of couple costumes, and so from a value perspective, it looks like, okay, characters after 3 or 4, I got it. The other ones, they just become repetition of the same thing. If you want to up your own value as a designer, give us other sides of your design skills that you can showcase, generally speaking. Like you got to have some of the environments in there. We talked about, you know, even the character lineup, the scale lineup. Yeah, I see you got that up there, but you know that you got to vary things up a little bit, so it's not all identical. For what you do have, they look incredibly rich. They look like someone's sketchbook I'm looking into. Right? That's usually a lot of fun to look at. What's missing a little bit is also the steps that you've taken in coming from the little doodle to the final character. It might be in there, but it's difficult to see if there was a process going on. Keep that in mind that as you do the creative ID process part, that you showcase how you make decisions and why. Okay? It's impressive, definitely in quantity. Make sure that for some of the things that are touched upon, that you have the quality as well. Storyboards, some of the key environments, and so forth. Right? That you have that.
Yeah, they're in the process.
They're what?
I have them in the process.
Okay. I'll be looking forward to checking it out. Thank you.
Thank you.